And the Jaguar is so different that actually don't even ding it. Dang it. I didn't know that. Okay, let's take a couple more. Yes, sir.
Feel free to take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I'm fascinated by this whole topic. I'm the dating coach, but feel free to do it. And the one thing that I hear from people echoing throughout this room is being able to distinguish what's really important. And so this is probably more of a statement rather than a question. But I think it's focusing, figuring out the difference between what you want and what you need. And I work with a client who's 60 years old. She's been married 3 times, and she's dating this guy.
16? He's been married 3 times?
She's telling me all about this guy, how she looks him right in the eyes, he's not tall enough for her, and how she likes her men to be more manly and rugged. She wants horses, and she wants to do those 6 days around the house. We're in a Jewish ring. My guy looks like these are the men that I've dated in the past, the men who I've been divorced with. These are the men that I've dated in the past. And I said, well, what is it that you're really looking for? What are the most essential qualities to you? Well, he's got to make me laugh. He's got to be reasonably attractive. He has to make a decent enough living. He has to be good to me. He has to treat me well. He has to love his family. I said, so the guy that you're seeing on Match.com, who's 5'6" and doesn't know how to fix things around the house, does he have those things? She said, yes. I said, you might want to give him another shot. I checked in with her 1 month after we got finished. 2 days ago, that's why it's in my mind. She decided she's a Muslim. She's introduced to the kids to go to Portugal together. And it certainly had what she needed, not just a checklist of what she wanted. So I would say to anybody, focus on what's essential. Is this person going to take care of you when you got cancer? And I'm thinking, is this person get you all hot and bothered?
I do think that you have to get well hot and bothered too. And I think that it's not either or. And so, there has to be, and I completely agree with what you were saying about finding what you need. But I also think that you have to get well hot and bothered, but it's not going to be like it is in the movies. There's like hot and bothered in the movies, which is, if you're on that set, it's not really that hot. And, just real life. And you've got to have, that connection. You've got to have, kind of the pilot light go out. But, your marriage is going to go through hot and bothered periods and not hot and bothered periods. And just like, when you first meet somebody and you think, well, I don't know if I feel that immediately, you don't need to feel that immediately. I mean, it's great if you do, but even if you do, that might not be the thing that matters. or else, get a good divorce lawyer. I think the thing is that we kind of expect, again, I think women tend to be more than men, we expect the guy to fulfill us, in every way, and to provide that happiness for us. And you need to have your happiness, and then this person is, who do you want to talk to every day? Who is the person you most enjoy being with? As you go through life. And, at times it's going to be your girlfriend, at times it's going to be family members, who knows who it's going to be, but you sure hope that the person you want to talk to every day is that person you're with, and maybe it's not the guy that gives you this, that rush that you have with this other guy, but, it's just more mundane than that, and I say that in a good way. Like the day-to-day trivia is just like, that's very romantic to me. Who do you want to do that day-to-day trivia with? Who do you want to laugh with every day? Who do you want to talk to every day? Who do you want to run a household with? That's very romantic to me. So again, your best friend, but I would say one of your best friends, yeah. It's not going to be necessarily your exclusive best friend.
Okay, let's take two more. 1, 2.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going on.
Well, it's pretty major. You can never, to get to the point where you never stop comparing. It's like you meet a guy and you say, oh, but he's not as sweet and he's not masculine for that. And then you go on to somebody who's like really sweet and, oh, but he's not as athletic as that other guy. It's like, you just do the comparison game and, how many people are you going to date before you finally say, this is the guy I want to be with? I don't think it's about the numbers. I think it's about the feeling that you have of this is a person that I'm really happy around. And yes, it's not perfect, and yes, sometimes it's hard, but we communicate really well, we enjoy each other, we have similar values. I want to go through life with this person.
So, a lot of this, I think, and the theme that we keep returning to is not just about dating, it's about American life in general, which is a certain acceptance of limitation. That's why we flip through 1,000 channels, because in the next channel there's going to be something even better and even better and even better. And it's and the same thing is true with the internet, and why we go from site to site to site, because it's very hard to accept the fact that everything in our lives is infinite except the time we have. And therefore, you can go through lots and lots of people, and they're actually using up the time of your life. And it's true, if you meet and stay with one person, you will lose infinite numbers of powerful connections in this world. You just will. You'll meet people every single day with whom you either have or could have a very powerful connection. But if you do that, you'll never build a life. So it's like, one religious parable, I can't help it. I tried to hold it down. So basically talks about the people, who celebrates was a famous Orthodox scholar, he talks about people who go from religion to religion. And he says the difference between nomads and farmers. He said nomads go from place to place, and they skim off the best of the land, but they never make anything grow. If you invest in one religious tradition, he says, you will miss lots of other things that other religious traditions have, but you will go deep enough that you can make something grow. And the same thing is true in relationships. You will always miss lots of possibilities that are exciting and could be deep and all those things, but our time is finite. So you have to decide, ultimately, when you look back on it, did you want to help something grow? Yeah.
In one of your answers was, you asked
Well, human nature. But I think that in certain cultures, there's, we all sort of have that, but in certain cultures, I think there's an emphasis on, hold out for the best. And, there's sort of like unbridled ambition in every aspect of life. And relationships aren't about that. And you can't quantify that in the same way you quantify, let me, look for the best flat screen TV. It's not like that. And it's exactly what we were just talking about, that, you have to kind of, at a certain point,